a video on making some risotto. Well, risotto-ish, because people get their knickers in a twist about the type of rice to use, and I'm going to use pudding rice. So, in the ballpark of risotto rice, glutinous and full of starch. So that's Alborio risotto rice. Doesn't look that much different to me. Doesn't look that much different. And this risotto rice needs using up. So it's not really going to be about making a risotto. Well, it's going to be about see if we can make a risotto-ish with pudding rice for one thing. But also, should we start this off? No, we don't need to. Yeah, we can just start this off. So stock on the back, ladle at a time type of thing. It's supposed to be about 70 grams of rice, between 50 and 70 grams of rice proportion. I've been swimming and I've been to yoga and I've done some gardening today, so I'm feeling rather quite hungry. So I'm going to use 150 grams, and there's about 3 small onions in there. Now, because I'm always faffing in the kitchen, I always have things in the cupboard or fridge that I've been faffing with. And this is something that I knew I had. It's not as if I'd forgotten about it. But you just kind of put things at the back of the fridge and kind of see what happens. So I decided that I was going to make some, not preserved lemons. I've got some preserved lemons. We might as well get those out at the same time. But it's a bit of a faff making preserved lemons. I made them probably during the lockdown, and they're delicious. They add this savoury, umami, funky kind of flavour to things. Works well in a bit of risotto, I found. But it's a bit of a faff making them, and they take kind of quite a while. And we end up using whole lemons, and I don't always have whole lemons. Sometimes I've just got the pith and the zest part, so like the peel of the lemon left over. So I kind of thought to myself, what we could do is, could we turn the pith, so the inside of the lemon and the zest, that bit, into like fermented lemons, preserved lemons. And so I kind of did. So I pureed it up and then added salt in the right kind of ratio. And then it was all right. You kind of got a little bit of a funky flavour to it, but not too much. And I was like, as a substitute, that was something we could just add lemon peel to dishes. It would kind of work in the same kind of way. It's a little bit bitter, more complex kind of flavours, all that kind of stuff. But then you just kind of make it, and then you just leave it and put it in the back of the cupboard. So today, back of the fridge. So today I was rooting through, and I was like, oh yeah, there's those lemons that we kind of made, and we'll just have a look and a taste and a prod and all those type of things. So what's happened over time is this lemon peel has just started to like not dissolve, but it's become really soft to touch. So it's kind of gone a little bit like preserved lemon. So that was just the chopped up peel. Bit more stock in here, and then what we have here is I pureed this one down with the salt. It's a bit of a faff, actually, to be honest. Pureing it all down. Working out how to do it. Kind of like, do you puree it all down first and then add the salt? Do you kind of puree it down with the salt and all that kind of stuff? I made a video. I can't remember which way I did it, but I remember it was a bit of faff. And I just kind of thought to myself, why on earth have you started this? But anyway, this is the one that was pureed down, and this has gone soft as well. So it's almost like the salt is wanting to dissolve the lemon into nothingness. So let's give it a little bit of a try. It's going to be salty. Yeah, really salty, but it's got that umami preserved lemon flavour to it. So let's see if adding a bit of this which one are we going to add? Use this as the actual salty seasoning in it. So if we just pretend that that's about a teaspoon of just salt without the lemon in it, that's about a teaspoon of salt. So that's a good amount of salt to be adding to 150 grams worth of rice. Kind of the right type of level of seasoning, and it will give us that background funky preserved lemon kind of flavour to it. So carry on cooking, adding a bit more ladle of stock. I'm not going to be too I'm not going to be too fastidious about how I make this. I might as well just bonk that as well. I'm not going to be too fastidious about how I make this risotto, because I'm not Italian. I'm not in Italy, so you can basically do it how you want. But let's call it a risotto-ish, and then no one can kind of get a bit snotty about it, because people do, don't they? But to be honest, people get a bit snotty about anything and everything. Goodness only knows what's wrong with them. So carry on cooking this, ladle more of stock, and then we'll taste. We'll add some hard Italian cheese. We've got some Gran Padano. I didn't say that right. Some proper stuff, and we've got some cheap stuff. So we'll kind of see which needs using up, and then we'll give it a taste, and we'll see how it turns out. I think it'll be lovely. Right, so it's not bad that. It's not bad that. I am not au fait with how what the consistency should be like with the risotto. I always kind of think it's personal preference, how you like things. Some people like their risottos really al dente. I'm not a huge fan of that, if I'm honest. If I'm not honest, I like a little bit of a bite to the rice, but I don't want it almost like raw like some people do. Although apparently it's supposed to be better for you if you, yeah, we can turn it off now, if you don't cook the rice just quite as much, because the way your body digests it, it takes longer to digest, and you don't absorb as many of the calories. Same with pasta, and that's why the Italians stay slimmer, apparently. Anyway, yeah, and also freezing carbohydrates changes the way your body digests them as well. Obviously you freeze them and then defrost them, but like bread and rice, it changes something in the in the starch. So bit of cheap hard Italian cheese from the supermarket. We'll just grate it in. Oh, really should have tasted it first, shouldn't we? See if it needed any more of that lemon in. The other thing you've got to be careful with risottos is if you're using like a homemade stock. So that has had all kinds of things cooked in it, vegetables and some chicken and some bacon. So it's taken on lots of flavour. So the only thing you've got to be careful of is that then flavour is then concentrated in there as that cooks. So if that's salty to start off with, potentially that's going to be too salty by the time you finish cooking it. But we've done okay today. Nice as that. That lemon works. That lemon works. So I'm going to make it really cheesy. I don't know. I haven't decided. Oh yeah. So if the stock is a little bit too, so if you're cooking your risotto or flavoured rice, whatever it is, in this method, the absorption method, and you kind of feel that it's getting a little bit too overpowerful in flavour, stop putting stock in and add hot water instead. So if you think it's got to a level where you think, oh, it doesn't really need any more seasoning than that, it doesn't need to be any stronger, stop putting the stock in and just use boiling water instead. And then you'll get to that, once you're at that level, the water's not going to make it any more concentrated. It's just going to cook the rice without adding any more flavour. It seems a basic bit of advice that, but I go through life and there's things that I learn and realise, and I'm like, why on earth did I not think of that? Why on earth did I not know that sooner? When someone tells me, and I'm like, oh, of course, that makes perfect sense. when I'm doing that. Why have I never done that before? You know, so because I'm an idiot, I have to assume I'm an idiot and I don't know everything. I suppose I'm not an idiot, but I don't know everything. You've got to assume the same as well. You know, even mind you, even if you sometimes say to someone, "Oh, did you know so and so?" and they go, "Oh yeah, I knew that. Always knew that." There is potential that they are lying and they didn't know that at all. I've come across that in the past. So that's quite a good consistency, to be honest. How's it taste? That's nice with that. So the funky lemon adds a nice background flavour to that, and then pudding rice. So who would have guessed it? Well, of course you would have guessed it, that we can use pudding rice instead of proper risotto rice. But that's lovely. That we might just squeeze out that last bit of cheese off that rind, because we're at home, so it doesn't really matter. Save the rind, stick it in the freezer, or from when you've got a few of them, use them in soups and stews and casseroles and all that kind of stuff, or risottos, all that kind of stuff. Or what you can do is you can stick it in the microwave on a bit of kitchen paper, and for 30 seconds, and it puffs up like a pork scratching type of thing, like a pork rinds type of thing, and they're delicious. And then you can crumble that into pasta dishes to put on the top, and it's delicious. It saves not wasting that. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in a bit of food wrap that it was wrapped in anyway, and then it's going to go in the freezer, and then when I've got a few of them, I'll add them to a pasta dish. But there we go. Yeah, I think that's a success.